On July 1, 2026, the U.S. Department of Education will force 7.5 million Americans off their current student loan plan, and the average borrower will pay between £2,800 and $3,400 more per year. Some will see their payment nearly triple. If you have a federal student loan, your servicer has either already emailed you or will in the next 60 days. The grocery budget you're stretching, the rent you're already late on, the credit card balance you've been rolling, all of it is about to absorb a payment shock most borrowers haven't even seen the number for yet. But here's what almost nobody is reporting. The agency hitting send on those emails isn't just collecting old debt. It's also preparing to garnish wages, up to 15% of every paycheck, for borrowers who fall behind. And the people most likely to be hit aren't the ones who refuse to pay. They're the ones who did exactly what the government told them to do 3 years ago. By the end of this, you'll know exactly when your bill jumps, by how much, and the one move most borrowers don't realize they have 90 days to make. To understand why payments are spiking now, you have to go back to August 2023. That month, the Biden administration launched the SAVE plan, Saving on a Valuable Education. It was the most generous federal repayment plan ever offered. Borrowers earning under roughly $32,000 paid $0 a month. Interest stopped piling up if your payment didn't cover it. And forgiveness arrived in as little as 10 years for people who'd originally borrowed $12,000 or less. Within 18 months, 7.5 million Americans had enrolled. Then came the lawsuits. Missouri sued first, joined by 6 other Republican-led states, arguing the Biden administration had no authority to rewrite repayment terms by executive action. The case bounced through district court, then the 8th Circuit. In July 2025, Congress passed the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, which scheduled SAVE to be replaced by 2028. Then, on March 10, 2026, a federal court accelerated everything. A settlement between the Trump administration and Missouri killed SAVE permanently, 2 full years ahead of schedule. The 7.5 million people enrolled were given 90 days to pick a new plan starting July 1st. Under SAVE, a single borrower earning $50,000 paid roughly $110 a month. Under the new repayment assistance plan, launching July 1st, that same borrower will pay around $210. That's not an adjustment. That's a 90% increase, landing in a single billing cycle. Think of a student loan repayment plan like a thermostat. SAVE was set to a temperature most borrowers could live with, payments tied to income, capped low, with the heat turning off entirely below a certain threshold. The new plans don't work that way. The Repayment Assistance Plan, or RAP, runs on a fixed range, 1% to 10% of your adjusted gross income, no matter how tight your budget already is. And the standard plan ignores income completely. It just takes your loan balance, divides it by a fixed number of months, and that's your bill. Here's exactly what happens between now and September 2026, in 5 steps. Step 1. Starting July 1st, your loan servicer, Mohala, Nelnet, Ed Financial, or Aidvantage, sends you an official 90-day notice. The clock starts the day that email lands. Step 2. You log into Student Aid. Gov and choose between 4 plans. The Repayment Assistance Plan, the new tiered standard plan with 10, 15, 20, or 25-year terms, the existing income-based repayment plan, or the old 10-year standard plan. Step 3. If you do nothing, the Department of Education automatically enrolls you in the standard plan, the one with the highest monthly payments by design. Step 4. Interest, which has been frozen for SAVE borrowers since 2024, starts accruing again on the day you exit. For borrowers with $40,000 in loans, that's roughly $200 a month in new interest before you've made a single payment. Step 5. If you miss payments, the department resumes wage garnishment. Up to 15% of your paycheck, taken before it hits your bank account. Garnishment notices started going out in early 2026. But here's the part almost nobody connects to this. The borrowers most likely to default aren't the ones who refuse to pay. They're the ones who got used to not paying because the government told them not to for nearly 6 years. The shadow player here isn't the Department of Education. It's a small group of loan servicers, 5 private companies that hold federal contracts worth billions: Mohala, Nelnet, Ed Financial, Aidvantage owned by Maximus, and the Default Resolution Group. These are the firms that collect your payment, decide which plan you qualify for, and report your delinquency. As of February 2026, the department reported a backlog of over 576,000 unprocessed income-driven repayment applications sitting on their desks. Picture a 38-year-old nurse in Birmingham, Alabama, with $42,000 in federal student debt. Under SAVE, her payment was $0. Her income qualified her for full discretionary protection. On July 1st, when her servicer moves her to the standard plan by default, her bill becomes $467 a month. That's not a hypothetical. That's the actual standard payment math on a $42,000 balance at 6.5% over 10 years. She has 90 days to either switch into RAP, where her payment drops to roughly $180, or get hit with the full standard rate. If she misses the email, doesn't log in, or gets stuck in the application backlog, she defaults to the higher number. Now multiply her by 7.5 million. The Student Borrower Protection Center estimates that if current delinquency trends hold, 13 million Americans could be in default by the end of 2026. Default doesn't just mean a higher bill, it means a 270-point credit score drop. It means wage garnishment of up to 15% of disposable income. It means tax refunds seized. It means losing the ability to qualify for a mortgage, refinance a car, or in some states, hold a professional license. The Federal Reserve has already flagged student debt delinquency as the fastest rising consumer credit category in the country. The cascade has already started. The SAVE plan is gone. It is not coming back. Every borrower enrolled in it will pay more starting this summer, and the lowest income borrowers, the ones who were paying $0, will feel it the hardest. There is no version of the next 12 months where this gets easier without you taking action. 3 things to watch over the next 6 months. First, the email from your loan servicer landing in your inbox sometime between July 1st and late August. That email starts your 90-day clock, and missing it is the single most expensive mistake you can make. Second, the studentaid.gov loan simulator, which lets you compare RAP, IBR, and the tiered standard plan side by side before you commit. Most experts say IBR will produce a lower lifetime cost than RAP for the majority of borrowers, despite RAP's lower starting payment. Third, the Department of Education's backlog number, currently 576,000 pending applications. If that number grows past 1 million, expect processing delays that will push some borrowers into default through no fault of their own. If you were on the SAVE plan, what's your monthly payment about to jump to? And have you actually opened your service's email yet? Drop the number in the comments. I read everyone.